Hey y'all, I am so excited to show you this new property in the middle of downtown Austin that is in walking distance to so many things to do in the area. We're going to be going through this entire complex, showing you all of the amenities, going over the price, showing you some of the units furnished and unfurnished, and I'm going to get right into this video because there is so much to see. Starting with the front door, you have a security system and a front door concierge. And when you first walk in, you have this amazing lobby that is super inviting that also connects to a coffee shop that is attached to the building. So if you are in your unit, have a feeling that you want to get some coffee, you can just head downstairs to Joe's Coffee. Also here on the first floor, I wanted to give you a quick look at the mailroom that's here for the residents. It's pretty easy to get to as soon as you get out of the elevators. It's right in front of you, so you have pretty easy access to get to all of your stuff. Now make sure you stay tuned towards the end of the video because after we take a look at these two units, we're going to be going over all of the amenities, including the fitness center, the office, the pool, and there's a lot to see. So let's get started here with the first unit. This is going to be the one-bedroom model, which is fully furnished, so you're able to see how someone would lay this out. And I always believe that this is really helpful because seeing an empty space is a little hard to envision yourself in. So when you first come into the unit, you're greeted with these floor-to-ceiling windows, these luxury hardwood floors. There's so much natural light coming into the property, although you have these luxury pendant lights and all the lights all around you. You kind of don't even have to have any of these on because of all of the natural light that's in this unit. Now, as we're walking over to the living room, I want to give a huge thanks to the folks over at The Waller for allowing me to come in and show you guys all of the amazing amenities and units that are in their new apartment complex. Also, if you're interested in touring this apartment complex, let's connect. I'd be super interested in helping you get moved in and all settled into your new lease. Now, I'm going to pan around so we can get a good look at this kitchen. We have a full professional grade kitchen with custom Italian cabinetry, these waterfall quartz countertops, stainless steel appliances that we're going to take a closer look at. You have an electric range, your microwave is right on top. You also have tons of cabinet space, and I really love that they used a lighter cabinet color for this area. Since it's so bright in here, it really helps brighten this area up even more. You have the white subway tile backsplash, and again, you have these quartz countertops even on this back countertop. All of the appliances come as you see them, so you get the microwave, the range, the refrigerator. Over here on the right side, you have your dishwasher, and you have this really nice undermount sink that you can fit tons of dishes in. You have a really nice view that you can see out into the dining area and a little bit into the living room. You also have these 3 pendant lights right above you, just giving you some extra lighting if you need it right above your island space. And again, over on the right side, you have this great view where you're able to just look out of these floor-to-ceiling windows and see the city. We're on the 10th floor and we're going to be going out onto the balcony so I can show you some more of the view. So stay tuned for that, and we also go up to the 17th floor and I'm going to show you the view from that balcony as well. Now as we're coming back into the unit, we have this little area that looks like a closet, but once we take a look inside, you're going to see that it's actually your washer and dryer setup. I love that it comes with the unit because I've seen a few apartment complexes that don't offer washer and dryers. They make you bring your own, and they either have a washer and dryer offsite, not in your unit, or the small stackable units that don't quite fit all of your laundry. I really like that they gave you the full-size ones here. This is a quick look at the dining area where you're able to fit a little table and a few chairs, and we're gonna go right into the living room. You have the entrance to the balcony over on your right side, and I really wanna say that I am a big fan of this layout. I've toured tons of apartment and condo listings in the Austin area, and one of my favorite things is when your entrance to the home doesn't lead right into your living room. I like when there's a little bit of buffer space. Either you step into the kitchen or a great room or something like that, just in case you're in your living room, you have a little bit of a mess, you have some snacks on the counter, and you have some guests that come over. Also, a quick aside, I know that they don't give these units out furnished, but this couch that they have is super comfortable. I really want to know where they got this couch. It is a really nice sectional and it has a really interesting shape, which I was a big fan of. Sitting here on the couch, you also are able to look into your kitchen and your dining area. Right in front of you, you have enough space for a decent sized TV. And on your right, again, you have the entrance to your balcony. We're gonna take a little look outside in just a second. It was super hot, so I saved that for last because I didn't want to get all sweaty. Now we're gonna go over to the left and take a fully in-depth look at the bathroom that you got here. You have a full-sized walk-in shower, the same kind of cabinets and countertops that you had over in the kitchen. You have a dual vanity setup, so if you have two people living in the same unit, you're able to share some space, which is definitely needed in a one bedroom. You have these really nice metal fixtures both on the faucets and on your cabinets. Same thing goes for the shower. You have this really nice subway style backsplash again for the shower. It's kind of similar to what you had in the kitchen, but these are longer panelings compared to what we saw earlier, and I was able to fit in the shower. That's something that's really important for me because I've been to some apartment complexes where I walk in, I think everything looks good, and then I'm like, wait a minute, let me turn around, stand in the shower, and make sure everything fits. And lo and behold, it'll only get to my chest or my neck. And I'm like, okay, this wouldn't work for me. So I at least want to make sure if that's important to you, you know what you're working with. But everything in this shower made sense for my height. You also have your commode right next to your vanity. And I don't think I pointed this out earlier, but you have this really nice hexagonal floor tile that's here in the bathroom. And most importantly, you have a really nice sized linen closet. You're going to need that for a one bedroom if you're running low on space. So you're able to fit, your towels, any other toiletries that you don't want out in your bathroom. Next, we're going to be taking a look at the primary bedroom. This is just a little over an 11 by 11. What we see here is a full bed. And again, you see those two nightstands. You still have enough space to walk in front of the bed with a little wardrobe right in front of you. You have a ceiling fan right above as well. And again, tons of natural light. You have your curtain rod to where you're able to put out some blackout curtains when you want to hide away from your responsibilities for just a few more minutes before all of that sunlight comes in. And when you're ready to get started with the day, you can just open up your curtains and have an amazing view of the city. You can't really see it from this shot, but we're actually right above the community pool, which I will show you in just a little bit once we get out into the balcony. So you can see that this is a pretty good sized bedroom. And again, that's kind of why I like showing furnished units. That way you're able to see and really confirm that all of the space makes sense. Now we're here in the walk-in closet, and as you can see, it's a 2-level. It can fit either suits or dresses like you see here. It can also fit shoe boxes or anything that you'd like up on that top shelf, and still have enough space for a shoe rack or a few luggage cases. Also, I know a lot of people put their routers in their closets as well, but what's actually cool about this community is there is a building-wide Wi-Fi, so you can either use their plan, or if you still want to get your own internet, you can always bring your own router. So I hope you were able to see how big the space is with all those built-ins here in the closet. Now we're gonna leave the bedroom and I'm gonna finally show you the view from the balcony. So we're gonna take a step outside. Also, as we're walking outside, I wanted to point out something that's really important, especially living in downtown, and that's the noise level. So in the unit, it was completely quiet. They have these really nice soundproof windows, so you're able to live downtown without feeling like you're living downtown because of the noise, because every once in a while, if you're out here in the balcony, you might hear an ambulance, a fire truck or something because, it's a downtown city. Anyways, we're here on the 10th floor, and this whole building is 32 floors in total. You have a good sized balcony space where you're able to fit a few chairs, some plants if you'd like. Also, the top unit is a good ways away, so it doesn't feel like the other person is right on top of you. And as far as location, you're in a really great spot to be. If you're going south on I-35, you'll probably see the big blue building. This building actually has direct access to the brand new Waterloo Park and the Waterloo Greenway. The Moody Amphitheater is super close by. You can see the Texas Capitol and pretty much all of the Austin landmarks and the skyline in front of you. The sunsets here would look amazing since right now we're facing west and the sun going down over the city is just such a spectacle to see. Also, looking down, you can see the community pool. It is still being worked on, so I couldn't take a walk on there, but here is some footage to where you're able to see what it looks like. The day I was actually there, they were telling me it was gonna have a grand opening in a few hours. I wasn't able to stick around to actually walk on the pool, but just know by the time you see this video, the pool is going to be open and ready for all of its residents to use and enjoy. But anyways, that's the tour of the T1 model. That's going to be their largest one-bedroom floor plan. They have a few other one-bedrooms as well as some studios, so I'll be putting some additional information in the description for some of that information that you're going to want to know about this property and some of their smaller models. Now we're going to head upstairs and check out their 2-bedroom model. Now we're here checking out the T02 model, which is about 288 square feet bigger than the last model we just came from. And we're on the 17th floor, and the first thing I notice here, again, we have these floor-to-ceiling windows, but here we have So many more windows than the last unit. Again, we have more square footage here, so you have more opportunities for windows. But as you can see all the way in the back there, you have a whole wall of just windows. There's pretty much no drywall on that back portion right there. That's right next to the balcony. We have a good look at the kitchen right here. It has a pretty similar feel to the last one we came from. The cabinets are a bit different. They have a different design, but you still have the waterfall granite countertops. You have the subway tile backsplash, the electric range, the microwave right above. It's pretty similar layout as far as the kitchen to the other unit. This area right in front of the island is designed to be the dining area, but I feel like this room could be laid out in so many different ways. You could put the living room right where you see this near panoramic view, or you could put it where the dining room is planned to be on the actual floor plan. And it kind of looks like that's what the designer of this unit had in mind. You can see the wall hookups on the right side of the wall right there. And then right in front of you next to the kitchen, you also see wall hookups for a TV. So it's really however you choose to lay this space out. Now we're going to be taking a closer look at the kitchen here, but as we're getting deeper into this video, I want you to remember to stay tuned towards the end of the video because we're going to be going over the community office, the fitness center that's 2 stories. We're going to look at both stories, the dog spa, and the community kitchen. And then we'll end off with some final views of this community and where it is in the city. Now we're back behind the center island where we're able to see some more views out to the city. We have the dining area right in front of us, these 2 same style pendant lights like we saw at the other unit. The window right in front of us faces north, and over to our left, that one faces west. So we have a pretty much panoramic view of the entire city. Out to your left, you can also see a really amazing view of the Capitol. Also, right below that, we have a great view of the new Waterloo Park and Waterloo Greenway. You're also in walking distance to the Moody Amphitheater, which I'm pretty sure you can see from this view. I'll try to point it out once we get outside to the balcony. Also, less than a mile away is the Moody Center, which is where we have bigger concerts and other larger events. It's about a 15 to 20 minute walk to get there. And funny story, I actually went to the Travis Scott concert a while back. And parking around the Moody Center gets really crazy when these big events come on. Me and my group had to walk about 30 minutes to get to the Moody Center. And then once we got there, we had to cross I-35, and it was a big hassle. We also had to pay for parking. So just keep that in mind. If you're a frequent concert goer, if you live here, you could always think about saving some extra dollars by just parking at home and walking over. Now, we just walked into the primary bedroom, which is just over an 11 by 14. You can easily fit a full-sized bed in here, and you'll have just a little bit more space than we had in the 1 bedroom. The 1 bedroom was 11 by 11. You still get the ceiling fan, the floor-to-ceiling windows on the right side. With this unit being a 2-bed, 2-bath, the primary bedroom gets its own private bathroom that you don't have to share with any guests coming over. There's another bathroom outside, and I'll show you where that is once we get back out into the main area. The room also has another walk-in closet, which on the floor plan looks slightly bigger than the one on the 1 bedroom that we looked at before this unit. You have the same double-decker setup, and you have a little bit more space behind that door. And now we're going to be getting into the primary bathroom, which in my opinion, I like just a little bit better than the one at the 1 bedroom. And it's really because of the color and the walk-in shower. I love that emerald green, and we're going to take a little bit of a closer look at that as well. We have the dual vanity setup here, the same style light fixtures right above the mirrors, the hexagon floor tiles, and a really good sized walk-in shower as well. And as we're looking in this primary bathroom, I want to hear what you think about these 2 bathrooms in the comments. Do you like one over the other? They're pretty similar, but again, that color here in the shower just really kind of sells it for me. We have these polished ceramic subway tiles going all the way from the bottom of the shower to the ceiling. I will point out one thing I don't see in this shower is a built-in of some sort or anywhere to put a soap bar, your shampoo, or anything else. So you'll probably need to look into getting your own shower caddy. Again, you have a lot of space in your shower, so it shouldn't be too much of a hassle, but just wanted to point that out since that's something I would personally be looking for in my own apartment. Now we're going to be going back into the main area because we're going to check out that 2nd bedroom towards the front of the unit, and also the bathroom that's really close by, and the laundry room. I also pointed this out in the first unit, but I really like how you don't walk directly into the main living area. There's a little bit of a walkthrough that you have to get to your kitchen and your living room. Now we're in bedroom number 2, and this room in person looks like it can fit a full bed pretty comfortably. Again, with the furniture out of here, it looks a little smaller than it felt in person, but it definitely looks like you could have a similar layout to what we saw in the model with the bed and the 2 nightstands on either side, and also have a little bit of room at the very front of the bed for a little dresser or a mirror. We have these 2 tall windows, and at the very top, you have a pretty good view on what the blinds for these windows look like. And unlike the primary bedroom, you have a little reach-in closet, still pretty good amount of space for your second bedroom, but it's not like the walk-in that we just saw. So as we're finishing up this second bedroom, I want to tell you some important information that you're going to want to know if this is an apartment complex you would be considering. So number 1 is parking. That's super important in this area, and parking is an additional $150 monthly fee, and you can pay extra for a reserved spot, but they only allow 1 spot per leaseholder. So if you have a second roommate, both of you can get your own spot. It's not just 1 spot per unit. Number 2, this is a pretty pet-friendly community. We're gonna get to the dog spa a little bit later in this video, but if you are gonna bring your pet, just know it's a $300 per pet fee, and it's an additional $25 per month pet rent. There are also some additional amenity fees like your valet trash, pest control, community internet, and their package concierge. So if you do get a package, it can be delivered right up to your unit. All of that totaling up to an additional $195 in amenity fees. You also get to look forward to community events held by the management team. All of these are super important things to find out before you move into your apartment. And right now I'm going to give you a list of things to ask when you're on your apartment hunting tour, because a lot of times I've seen people fall in love with specific properties or specific units and forget to ask some really important questions that they really should have asked on the tour. But if you use me as your apartment locator, I always make sure to ask these questions to the apartment complex for you. So if you're interested in easing up your search just a little bit, make sure to reach out to my information down in the description. And the first thing I want to bring up is, what is the monthly rent and what does it include? So for this property, I brought up some of the other fees that come with living here, because you have your base rent plus some of the other amenity fees. Some apartment complexes come with everything in their price, but some don't. So it's always a really good idea to ask if there are any additional fees that come with living at this property, because you don't want to be surprised when you fall in love with a property, you love it, it all makes sense, and then you find out that there's an additional fee that you weren't really anticipating in the first place. Second is to ask if there are any planned construction or renovation projects coming to the property in the near future. Will there be any disruptions due to upgrades or repairs? That's something that you're going to want to know, because if you move into the property expecting a pool, but you find out later on that the pool is going to be in disrepair for the next month due to updates or whatever reason that the apartment may have, that's something that you're going to want to know, as it may affect your rental choice between picking one property or another. Now, I also created a quiz of 18 other important things that you're going to want to ask during your apartment tours, so make sure you click that first link. It should take you to a really helpful quiz that I created to help you remember the most important questions to ask during your apartment tour. So make sure you take advantage of that extra information that's going to help you out in the long run. Anyways, back to the tour. We've just stepped out onto the balcony and the view here is amazing. Right below us is the Waterloo Greenway. It's an amazing park that's perfect for walking and enjoying some green space in the city. Also looking out, you can see several key landmarks like the Moody Center all the way up north, where they hold a lot of our big concerts and sports events. A bit further down is Red River Street, which is famous for its nightlife and music venues. Also, earlier when we stepped out onto the patio, we had an amazing view of the Texas State Capitol. And also right by the Waterloo Greenway is the Moody Amphitheater, where you can catch a lot of really great outdoor concerts and events. And for our food lovers, there's the Franklin's Barbecue that's in walking distance, and also Stubbs Barbecue, which also has a great spot for live music. Coming back into the unit, we're actually going to go downstairs to check out that fitness center that I brought up earlier. Again, this is a 2-story fitness center equipped with techno gym gear. Over here you can see the kettlebells and a variety of other strength training equipment. You have your dumbbells. You have a really good mix of machines and free weights. I would honestly consider canceling my current gym membership because of how great this fitness center area is. We also have a men's and women's locker room down here, both of them having towel service, which is a really nice touch for convenience. We're up on the second floor where we have most of our strength training equipment. Down on the bottom level, which we'll get to in just a second, has most of their cardio equipment like their treadmills, bikes, ellipticals, and there's also a really great view when you're on those machines of the city. Right in front of us now are their rowing machines, which have a really nice view of the community pool. Again, I wish I could have walked out there to show you the yoga lawn in a little bit more detail, but again, they weren't allowing anybody out there since they were putting their finishing touches on the pool. but by the time you watch this video, their pool area and yoga lawn should be open to the public. And let me know what you think about this gym area in the comments. I've seen a lot of community gyms, and this one definitely ranks at one of the top ones I've seen in a really long time. All of their equipment is pretty new since this property was only completed July of last year. This whole area definitely has a really clean, put together vibe, so I'm really looking forward to hear what y'all have to say about this community gym. Now we're about to head downstairs so I can show you that cardio area and the view of the city from the machines. When I was here filming, there was someone using the treadmills, so we won't be able to see those just for their privacy. But as you can see from the Stairmasters, you have a really good view of the city from here. You have these huge soaring windows, tons of natural light coming in, and lots of green space really close by. And as we're taking a closer look at the cardio area, I want to tell you a little bit more about the specials that they have going on. So at this moment, it is June, and they're currently offering 8 weeks free with their immediate move-ins. Now, this is only for a limited time, but some specific units, in addition to the 8 weeks free, also get an additional $1,000 towards your rent. Now, again, this is only for a few specific properties, so if you're interested in finding out which ones those are, reach out to my contact info in the description. I'd be happy to help you out with those. Now let's take a quick look at the pool area. Here, as we approach, you can immediately see how inviting and well maintained it is. It's a pretty good sized pool that has some great, really soft looking lounge chairs where you can sit down and soak up the sun. Also, for our pet owners, we're here taking a quick look at the pet spa. This is an amazing amenity for residents with some furry friends. And as we walk in, you see that the space is designed with both the pets and the owners in mind, making it easy to keep your pet clean and happy. The whole spa is equipped with all of the essentials for grooming your dog. You have some really nice washing stations as well as some high quality dryers. These make it really convenient to quickly dry off your pet's coat, leaving them nice and fresh and clean. Last but not least, we're going to be checking out the community kitchen as well as the private offices in this room. This kitchen is a fully equipped space for residents to socialize, dine in, possibly even have some catering sent to. If you do, invite me so I can eat some of your food. You have this really nice quartz countertop, as well as a microwave right behind the island, and some really modern light fixtures and color schemes here. The kitchen also has a really spacious dining area with some great seating, making it a great place for you to get together with some friends, some neighbors, whether you're hosting a dinner party, enjoying a casual meal, or setting up a community get-together. This little area has a lot of what you need to get all of that started. And last but not least, here in the tour, we're going to be going over the office and lounge area. So here you'll find the private office suites, and this area is perfect for those who need a little bit of extra quiet space away from their unit to get some work done. And that's whether you're looking for an individual private suite or if you have a team meeting. They also have these really amazing collaborative spaces. This area has a lot of what you need to boost your productivity. Here we're taking a look at their lounge space with these really comfortable couches. Almost all of these rooms have a Roku TV that you're able to connect to. You can either screen share with those or use the TVs as just some additional ambiance in the room. The combination of natural light and the carefully selected design features in this area create a workspace that's not just efficient, but it's also super inspiring. Imagine starting your day with the sun rising over the city, sitting here in your office and just getting all of your work done, and then heading right back up to your unit. I know a lot of times in your apartments, it's kind of hard to separate your work life from your relaxing at home life. So having these private office suites here in the building is just super great for boosting productivity and kind of keeping your home as your safe space and then coming down to get some work done and be really productive. And now as we're wrapping up the end of this tour, I want to hear about what you thought about the Waller at Symphony Creek. Do you love it? Do you hate it? I want to know exactly what your feedback on this property is. Do you prefer the 1-bedroom, the 2-bedroom? Do you like the community gym? I want to know about it down in the comments. And remember, if you're looking to get some more information about this community or want to set up an in-person tour, make sure to reach out to my contact info in the description. And also for everyone else who's looking at other apartments, make sure to take my 20-question quiz to make sure you're fully prepared to start touring properties in person and having the confidence of knowing exactly what to ask before you move in. I hope all of this information helps you in some sort of way, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Take care.